saw this in the gorilla exercise, the power of focus, the power of focusing on something, how your brain responds to that and wires into that and dials into that and begins to screen out anything it sees as not relevant. And if you've ridden motorbikes, show of hands, or if you're a skier or a snowboarder, same rule applies. You go where you look. This is true of everything, but particularly you notice it more in those kind of things. So I was coming down the M11 one day. I just had a fairly new motorbike and I was just testing the outer echelons of its performance one Sunday morning. I came down the M11 and there's quite a sweeping turn into the M25 and I came in just way too hot. Way too hot, and I just about managed to brake before I hit the shingles. And I remember, my amygdala kicked in. I was shaking and just managed to sort of hobble over to the hard shoulder and start and go on my way again. But then I was talking to someone who was a more experienced motorcyclist, and he said to me, "Dave, the thing you learn on motorbikes, you need to learn on motorbikes, when you're going into a bend, you look at the exit of the bend, not the corner of the bend." Because that's where your whole attention. I think this is true of skiing and snowboarding. Same thing. If you're focusing on right where you are, you fall over more than if you focus on right. I'm trying to move there and let your body do all of the work. So what do you think you want? It really drives your focus or your lack of focus. But again, there's a reason why I put what you think you want. Again, there's pollution in the system there because what you think you want is not generally what you actually want. So where do we think our thinking about what we want comes from? Yeah, peers, parents again. I met a business owner, one of the first meetings I had when I trained as a business coach in Newbury. He was running a really successful IT business. He had an Aston Martin out the front. He had about 40 staff. Business was really good. And we had a really interesting conversation. And I kind of saw, well, this guy's got it all set up pretty well. So I said, why? So why do you still do this? You kind of don't need the money. I can see from that. And at first he gave me the normal standard answer, well, I need to make money, I need to make a living, which is all very sensible. But then he broke down in tears, which as a coach fresh out of college, I really wasn't expecting. So I went and got him a tissue and I came back, and when he calmed down, he said, I just realised something while talking to you there, that I don't actually really like this business, but I'm doing it because it's what my dad would have wanted me to do and expect me to do. So, what we think we want is actually not always what we want. And part of a good coach's job or someone who's developing your capabilities as a leader is get that bit of pollution cleared up so that you can get really focused on what it is you actually want.